Some people swear the best Kota comes from eKasi. Others say places like Kota Joe have changed the game. Now, me personally, I wasn't sure who was telling the truth. So I decided to settle the debate myself. One Kasi Kota, one Kota from Kota Joe, one stomach, and by the end of this video, one of them is walking away with the crowd. But little did I know, this comparison was going to be a lot closer than I expected. And the craziest part is that I almost could have not made it home. Right now, I'm on my way to where it all began for most people to fall in love with a Kota, eKasi. I'm literally 2 minutes away from this other spot I know from eKasi, where I would say they sell one of the best Kotas I've tasted throughout my time in Joburg. I would say every great Kota story starts in the Kasi. No fancy branding, no lights, no marketing department, just a small shop and years of experience. And somehow, those are usually the dangerous ones. Because one thing about a Kasi Kota, the menu might be written with a permanent marker, but the food always shows up like it's competing for a championship. I ordered the one for 30 Rand. Will it meet the expectation? I guess we'll have to find out. And while they prepared the Kota, I saw a shop down the road and I decided to go get myself a Coke, cause I was gonna need it. Now, while waiting, I decided to check how far Kota Joe was. Low-key, that was a bad idea, because that's when I discovered my first problem of the day. Petrol. According to my fuel gauge, I had enough fuel to get there, but coming back, uNkulunkulu kuphela owaziyo. uNkulunkulu kuphela owaziyo ngekusasala thomunye thuya sonkabama. But that was a problem for future A's. Current A's had bigger priorities. The Kota had arrived. Moment of truth. That's how it looks. All the sauces and everything. Wait, yo, it's eggs. What did I order? Okay, the Kota I ordered has chips, paloni, a special, cheese, egg, and a full Russian. That's one's for the 30 Rand. And it's still warm. The Kota had arrived, and the smell alone had me interested. First bite, second bite, third bite, nah. This thing is serious. The Russian, the egg, the cheese, the sauces, everything was working together. You can tell I enjoyed this Kota by the sauces on the side of my mouth. If this was the standard, Kota Joe really had to perform. So check, that concludes Kota eKasi. And I must say, that Kota, you know what, let me not be biased before we see how that one looks and how that one tastes. Right now, we're on our way to Kota Joe, but before that, we might have a problem. Petrol. Right now, as I'm currently filming, I'm left with 15 kilometers estimated of range. Kota Joe, according to my navigation, is, let me try and show you, is 21. I have 15 estimated kilometers of range. In simple terms, if you are slow and you're not good with numbers, I'm not gonna make it. So I have to stop by the garage, fill up. But since this is not a road trip, I'm not gonna fill up heavy though. I think I'm just gonna do a young clipper, which will give me about like 60, if I'm not mistaken, kilometers of range. We might do sport mode, but okay, you know what, the economy is bad. The economy is bad, bro. Just gonna do drive and hopefully make it there and back. Let's drive. Wait. Except 195.
195.
Yeah.
My love, he got one, my
Eventually, I arrived, and immediately one thing stood out: aesthetic of the place. This place looked proper. The branding, the setup, the atmosphere, everything felt intentional. I checked out the menu and asked the lady for any recommendation, and I ended up ordering the Josie Kota and a soda float. I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea what a soda float was. The lady explained it properly, and I was like, you know what, since that's the word that caught my attention, let's go with that drink. The drink arrived. I stared at it. It stared back. I wasn't sure whether to drink it, mix it, or pray over it first. But low-key, I eventually figured it out. The drink was actually nice. Mixing Sprite with ice cream. Yeah, we learn things every day. The Kota eventually arrived, and not gonna lie, this looks premium. This was the Josie Kota. This Kota was something else.
Here at Bodney's Hotel, I'm eating which I've never eaten before.
I took my second bite, third, and fourth. And that's how this Kota had me feeling like this. And suddenly we had competition because this Kota was fighting back. And at this point, I had tasted both. The eKasi Kota had showed up, Kota Joe Kota had shown up. And now it was time to answer the question that brought us here. Can a fancy Kota really compete with the eKasi? My answer would be yes. Kota Joe can compete, but the eKasi Kota is still the standard they're trying to reach. Kota Joe really showed up today. The aesthetics were on point, and importantly, the food was actually good. But here's what I realized. A Kota from eKasi doesn't rely on branding. It doesn't rely on fancy chairs. It doesn't rely on a nice logo. It only has one job: to taste good. And somehow those small shops keep delivering every single time. So if you're asking me who wins, I'm giving this one to eKasi. Not because Kota Joe was bad, far from it, but because the Kota from eKasi reminded me why people keep coming back. It's simple, affordable, and it just hits different. I need you to tell me what you think in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.
But I always say, the more you cook, the more you eat.
Okay, bye.